Meteorologist Stephen Cropper tracking the weather in your neighborhood. Now, Channel 11 News starts with breaking news.
Hi, everyone. Breaking right now, a man accused of killing his girlfriend's 8-year-old son is in custody. It is a case that has shocked Western Pennsylvania since it broke overnight. Police say he stabbed that little boy to death after attacking the mother in Lawrence County last night. U.S. Marshals arrested him in Youngstown this morning. Investigators say the victim's brother witnessed everything. We have Team 11 coverage of this major local story. Our Mike Holden spoke with neighbors. First, let's go to Amy Marcinkowitz in Union Township with the breaking details she is just learning from the police paperwork. Amy.
This is just heartbreaking, Peggy. In fact, we learned that 2 children actually witnessed this stabbing, this killing. That suspect, as you said, arrested. He is behind bars in Youngstown, Ohio, just picked up just a few hours ago. In fact, let's get to a brand new mugshot we just got of this guy. This is Keith Burley, a convicted murderer who just got out of prison in March, who is now charged with stabbing an 8-year-old boy to death. According to the criminal complaint that we just picked up, at least 2 children witnessed Burley stabbing the 8-year-old inside his mother's house last night here in Lawrence County. One of the children, according to police, heard the suspect saying, "Die," while stabbing the child. Police say it all started on the road, that Burley was in a car with his girlfriend and her 2 kids, 7 and 8 years old. They started fighting about cell phones. Police say he started hitting his girlfriend. She pulled the car over, got out of the car looking for help at a fire station.
It was a domestic inside of a vehicle, and it ended up going all the way back to the residence and resulting in the incident that we're talking about now.
She tried to get out and get help.
She did. She exited the vehicle. She tried to get help at a fire station in Newcastle, and that's whenever he got inside of the car, essentially kidnapping the kids and stealing a vehicle and going back to that residence.
Now, police say what happened inside that house was horribly tragic. It's really hard to wrap your mind around what happened, and that 2 little kids saw that. Actually, today I'm going to be on this story all day long. They're going to bring this guy back to Pennsylvania at some point in time. We're going to work on finding when that will happen. We're going to work on talking to more neighbors, trying to track down the neighbor that the children ran to get help, because we're told one of the kids called 911 asking for help. And we are also going to be talking more with police on this. We'll have more for you tonight, so stay tuned to WPXI. Reporting live, Amy Marcinkowitz, Channel 11 News.
Oh, such a terrible story, Amy. And Mike Holden followed the manhunt as it was breaking during Channel 11's morning news. He's been monitoring the scene as this case unfolded, and he continues now our live Team 11 coverage with the impact on the whole community. Mike?
Peggy, good afternoon to you. Folks who live in this community are absolutely heartbroken. They're trying to wrap their heads around how this could have potentially happened. Their biggest question at this afternoon hour is, how could someone do this?
It's so sad. I'm so heartbroken over it. I've been thinking about it ever since, I just can't believe it. How does any normal person hurt a little boy?
We stayed just past the crime tape all night and all morning long right here along High Street. Late this morning, the coroner removed the boy's body from the home. Police have been here since late last night. We've seen them going in and out of the house. There's still crime scene tape on both ends of the street. Around a dozen houses that are within the crime scene tape are blocked. People cannot go in or out of this area but continue to drive past. People who have stopped to see what's going on are shaken by what they've heard about this little boy's murder.
My thoughts and prayers are out to the family. Mark, I'm sorry it happened to your son. But now he's just looking down over us. May he rest in peace.
And as you heard right there, that man just choking back tears. The vast majority of the folks in this community say they will never understand why, but they are expressing their sincerest condolences to the family, and they are praying for everyone involved. And their biggest message is they are truly grateful to law enforcement officials who made the arrest. Reporting live this afternoon, Mike Holden, Channel 11 News.
Obviously, so many questions about this terrible case, and Channel 11 will be following every step on this today. We'll update you throughout the day on the Channel 11 News app, and we're going to have live up-to-the-minute information for you tonight on Channel 11 News at 5. Breaking now, a standoff in the North Hills just ended in the past 5 minutes. Channel 11's Liz Kilmer joins us live near the scene in Ross Township with breaking details for us. Liz?
Hey, Peggy, yeah, so this wasn't a standoff, but it was a SWAT situation, and the man at the center of this, we've just learned, surrendered safely. He's actually right now being evaluated in this ambulance. A little hard to see just because there are so many officials here. They had spent hours trying to make contact with him inside a home down here on Jack's Run Road. Now, we've been kept pretty far back, but we have been seeing not just Ross police, SWAT and fire officials, but utility crews as well, because the home was apparently filled with natural gas. Now, officers were first called here this morning for a welfare check based on some sort of domestic situation that happened last night. When they came here, all the doors and the windows were shut, and there was a strong smell of natural gas. Now, they believe just one man was inside, and again, he did just come out and safely. Officers had to proceed cautiously because they had to determine how much gas was inside. It had been shut off, and neighbors on each side of the home were evacuated to be safe. We spoke with other neighbors as they were standing by, just wishing for the best.
I just hoping everything's okay. That's it. I mean, I'm not worried about the gas because they were here so quickly. I feel that that's not going to be an issue. I just hope everything's okay inside.
Now back live, while things are now winding down here, the road's still blocked off. This is right near the intersection with Connie Drive. And again, the man at the center of this surrendered peacefully, and he is right now being evaluated inside that ambulance. Meantime, we are told that the gas level has been checked and is at a safe level. We are standing by, working to speak with police in just a minute or two. As soon as I get new updates, I'm going to post those on my Twitter feed. Reporting live in Ross Township, I'm Liz Kilmer, Channel 11 News.
More breaking news. H. Ross Perot, a billionaire who shook up presidential politics in the 1990s, has died. The Texan rose from poverty to become a tech entrepreneur. He ran for president in 1992 and in 1996 as an independent candidate. He won 19% of the vote in 92, the largest third-party vote total in 8 decades. H. Ross Perot was 89 years old. A Channel 11 viewer helps us set the scene with this video of a fierce fire. Everyone inside this home in Shaler Township thankfully escaped. Channel 11's Lori Hoy learned the heat got to firefighters, and the family's dog ran off but has since been found.
I talked to the fire chief and got new information. He told me it appears the fire started on the back deck of this house. You can see the heavy damage. We talked to a man who was on his way to work and noticed the smoke and flames. And this is what he saw. The house on Bluestone Drive was totally engulfed in flames. This was just before 6 this morning. A neighbor shared this video with Channel 11. We were there as firefighters got the fire under control. I'm told 3 family members were in the house at the time, along with their 2 dogs and a cat. All made it out safely because of Vietnam vet John Makajewski, who noticed the fire as he was driving to work and stopped and alerted them, telling them to get out.
I went past the street, I seen smoke, and I went down to the church parking lot and stopped there and turned around and looked at the back porch, and I seen smoke and flames on the back porch. So I thought, something's wrong here.
I told Makajewski that his efforts are heroic. What he said about that tonight at 5. From Shaler, Lori Hoy, Channel 11 News.
Another summer scorcher, temperatures soaring and high humidity hanging around. Severe Weather Team 11 meteorologist Scott Harbaugh takes us through the next 24 hours. Got to stay cool.
Because we get to talk heat index a lot the next couple of days, especially during those afternoon hours. Live look into downtown Pittsburgh right now. Plenty of sunshine, rain-free day today, and the temperatures are starting to warm up relatively quickly right now. We're at 80 degrees plus across much of the area at this hour, and as we go through the course of the afternoon, those temperatures are going to continue to come up even more. Dew point 63, so there is a bit of mugginess in the air, and that'll continue the rest of the afternoon. 79 right now in Greensburg, 80 in Pittsburgh. Factor in the humidity. Feels like 83 right now in Beaver. Feels like 81 in Pittsburgh. Great afternoon for the pool. Temperatures into the 80s. Now, we've had a very wet summer so far, and there is more rain in the forecast. I'm actually in the process of updating Storm Tracker right now. Be pinpointing hour by hour when the rain showers return to your neighborhood. I'll have that for you in less than 10 minutes.
A former office manager accused of stealing thousands of dollars pleaded guilty this morning. Karen Vector was accused of embezzling more than $285,000 over 18 years. She worked as the office manager at Braff Group in Mount Lebanon. Police say she used the company credit card to buy vacations, alcohol, and gifts. As part of the plea deal, she paid back the money and will spend 16 months on house arrest. Pittsburgh police hope this surveillance video will help them figure out who's behind a burglary and sexual assault near Pitt's campus. Police say the people who live in the area where the crime happened are being extremely helpful. Police continue their search for the man in this video. Take a look there. He is a person of interest in a burglary and sexual assault investigation. They say a man broke into an apartment on Friday and tried to attack a woman while she was sleeping. Even though it happened off campus, students are on alert.
I'm really scared because sexual assault is not something that's a joke, obviously, and especially on college campuses.
The victim fought off her attacker. He ran off. We'll let you know if we hear anything about an arrest. The measles outbreak shows no signs of letting up. Last week, the CDC saw the highest number of cases across the U.S. since 1992. There were just over 1,000, and that is up 14 cases from the previous week. 28 states have the measles. 7 cases were reported in Allegheny County. Peters Township Allison Risk gave Serena Williams a run at Wimbledon. Serena took the first set in this morning's quarterfinal. Then Allison tied it up in the second, but Serena went on to win. Commentators say it was one of Allison's best matches. She was an 11th seed. Williams is looking for her 8th win at Wimbledon. Neighbors frustrated by big water and sewage bills. Channel 11 is there as they take their fight right to town leaders. It was supposed to be a happy celebration. How the gender reveal party took a dangerous turn.
For that couple, this whole experience must have been utterly heartbreaking. I don't think there's any other way to think of it.
A couple says the twins they thought were theirs aren't related to either of them. The fertility clinic mix-up ahead.
You're streaming WPXI now. Your source for breaking news, weather, and original local shows. Amazing people are having a big impact all over rural America. Small town, big deal. Weekdays at 2 p.m. on WPXI. Channel 11 News now brings you the 7-day forecast on your screen all the time. During all of our weather reports, you'll see the forecast for the next 7 days where you live. Watch Severe Weather Team 11's 7-day forecast on Channel 11 News every day.
Channel 11 News at 5, covering more news happening in Allegheny County. A lawsuit filed over a baby mix-up with a fertility clinic in New York City. A couple claims that twins that they thought were theirs weren't actually related to either of them or to each other. Reporter Narmeen Chowdhury has more on what went wrong.
A distressing claim from an Elmhurst, Queens couple is garnering a lot of attention. In a lawsuit filed on July 1st, the couple named only as plaintiffs AP and YZ to protect their identities accuses LA-based CHA Fertility Center and its co-founders Dr. Joshua Berger and Simon Hong of medical malpractice, negligence, battery, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. The couple alleging the center implanted the wrong embryos in the woman's womb. The suit claims the couple wanted nothing more than to conceive on their own, but when they couldn't, they sought help from CHA. In September 2018, they were ecstatic to learn they were pregnant with what they believed were twin girls, but their first sonogram left the plaintiffs confused. Their New York doctor telling them they were having twin boys despite never having a male embryo transplanted. The lawsuit alleges the doctors at CHA simply said the sonogram results were not accurate, but this time it was. The woman gave birth by a C-section to 2 little boys in March, and despite both husband and wife being Asian, the babies were not. DNA testing confirmed neither parents were genetically related, and to add to the confusion, the testing also confirming the 2 babies were not genetically related to each other.
For that couple, this whole experience must have been utterly heartbreaking. I don't think there's any other way to think of it.
Dr. Zev Williams is the chief of Columbia University's Fertility Center. While he does not know the couple or the fertility center involved, he does say his facility works around the clock to ensure the proper safeguards and measures are taken to prevent a similar goof.
Anytime there's any handling of an egg or an embryo, we don't just do multiple checks with the patient and multiple sources of verification, but we'll actually have 2 embryologists present to sort of verify every sample and the identification of the sample.
And to add to the pain, the clinic was able to find each baby's biological parent, and the couple had to give them up. More details now. More millennials are taking advantage of fertility clinics. With more millennials entering their 30s, many are starting a family, while an increasing number are taking steps to push back childbirth. Around 5,000 egg freezing cycles were performed in the United States in 2013, but according to Science Daily, that number was expected to drop to 76,000 in 2018. The procedure allows women the option to give birth at a later date. Homeowners are demanding answers about their high sewage and water bills. It's a story we've been following for months in Penn Hills. We were there last night when a project engineer with Gateway Engineers showed residents how difficult and complex the Penn Hills sewer system is. The township has been making repairs on that system for years, and residents are paying for it.
I'm very upset that I have to pay this water bill like this, and they send me shut-off letters.
Artemis says that he's desperate for a solution, but right now there doesn't seem to be any in sight. We will continue to monitor this situation and pass along any developments as we get them. Police across Pennsylvania are on the lookout for aggressive drivers thanks to a new grant from the state. The National Highway Safety Administration is paying for more officers to patrol problem areas. They're looking out for things like speeding, tailgating, illegal passing, or people trying to beat lights.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
I want to start off with visible satellite because we have a lot of sunshine today, so I want to show you where those clouds are. A couple south along the Mason-Dixon line, a couple up near I-80. Most of the area, it's pretty much sunshine right now and very warm temperatures. Pittsburgh officially at 80 degrees. That makes today the 17th straight day that we've made it to at least 80 degrees. And that's nowhere near record. As a matter of fact, tonight at 5 o'clock on Channel 11 News at 5, I dive into the record books to find out how far we off from a record of consecutive days above 80. 82 in Mercer right now, Katanning 79, Morgantown 82, and then Washington 81 degrees. Temperature forecast this afternoon, we're going upper 80s, 87 in Pittsburgh for the high today. Normal high temperature this time of the year, 83, and a very muggy 77 at 10 o'clock tonight. Grilling weather this evening, no issues except for the heat, especially standing next to the grill, but plenty of sunshine, a little muggy with temperatures falling through the 80s. Overnight tonight, mainly clear. Going to drop to 68 for the overnight low, and that humidity is going to kind of hang in the air once again tonight. I do think there could be some patchy fog tomorrow morning, but much like this morning, it should be fairly limited. Tomorrow, plain hot and humid. Isolated thunderstorms developing tomorrow. We're going to make it to 90 degrees before those storms start to pop. Heat index early tomorrow afternoon between about 92 and 94. So obviously, if you're going to be outside for any length of time tomorrow, light colored clothes, maybe a hat, drink plenty of fluid, especially water, as you head outdoors. Quiet on Storm Tracker at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, but then by noon, starting to pop a couple showers, maybe a rumble of thunder and a spot or two. It's very limited tomorrow. It'll be very isolated, and most of this will head out during the evening hours so that we're fairly quiet tomorrow night until early Thursday morning when the next round of showers and thunderstorms starts to work its way in. No severe weather expected tomorrow, but Thursday, isolated severe storms possible. Some of the storms on Thursday could have wind gusts in excess of 50 miles per hour. We'll see a couple stray showers, maybe a storm Friday, but again, the bulk of Wednesday, the bulk of Friday will be dry. 80 for the high Friday. Saturday looking great. Sunshine, low humidity, 83. A couple thunderstorms Sunday and up to 85 degrees.
All right, thanks, Scott. And be sure to check out the WPXI streaming app because we have constant updates on the forecast and on today's top stories. And you can find it on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV by searching WPXI. Amazon made a bold move to put packages in your mailbox first with one-day delivery. But new at noon, how Walmart and Target are going even farther to beat Amazon at its own game. And a burnout gender reveal goes right at first, but what happened next that made this smoke show a little too dangerous?
Seven-day forecast, now on your screen all the time on Channel 11 News.
New video out today shows a gender reveal gone wrong. Police in Queensland, Australia say the driver was performing a burnout as part of a gender reveal. You can see, obviously, it's a baby boy on the way, but the burnout, check that out, goes bad. The car caught fire and onlookers had to run to rescue the driver. Now, this happened back in April, but police just released the video because they're hoping to stop soon-to-be parents from doing any kind of similar reveal. A rabid cat attacked someone in Westmoreland County. It attacked a man along Country Lane in West Newton. The state agriculture department says there's a colony of feral cats living there, and they're being fed by homeowners. Officials say the cat entered a nearby business, following someone through the door. Witnesses say the cat seemed friendly at first, then attacked a worker.
We don't have too many cats around. Like, I've never seen like a feral cat. I've seen a dead one on the road once.
The agriculture department encourages people to vaccinate their pets. The worker who was attacked is getting exposure treatment. Disney has issued a recall for a Toy Story 4 toy. The Forky plush toy is being recalled. It's the 11-inch one. The googly eyes can come off, which could be a choking hazard. So far, no one has gotten hurt, and you can return it to any Disney store for a full refund. Convicted sex offenders can legally change their names in more than 24 states. 11 Investigates finds out what's being done here in Pennsylvania to limit it and the impact it's having on victims.
Sunny, very warm today, hot and humid tomorrow, and I'm tracking where showers and thunderstorms are going to pop up during the day.
Join the Leukemia Lymphoma Society for Light the Night. This special event brings together family, friends, and co-workers to celebrate, honor, and remember those touched by cancer. Participants help fund life-saving cancer research and treatments, giving survivors hope.
Survivors like Nora and me. That's right!
Visit WPXI.com/Light the Night for more information.
Help defeat the darkness of cancer and walk with us at Heinz Field on October 17th.
When we walk, cancer...
Channel 11 News at 6.
Followed by NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
Breaking news just in the last 10 minutes. The mayor and public safety director are reassigning 4 detectives who were undercover when they brawled with a motorcycle club on the south side last October. And this is video of the brawl. The whole thing was caught on surveillance video at Coppy's Bar. Police officials also say that they are putting new guidelines into effect for undercover work, and they're putting new supervisory personnel in place. More breaking news. Allegheny County Controller Chelsea Wagner and her husband are heading to trial in Detroit. Police say Wagner was charged with resisting arrest, obstruction, and disorderly conduct after police arrested her husband at a hotel in Detroit back in February. Police say she grabbed an officer during the arrest. Her trial is set for November 12th. Her husband was also charged with disorderly conduct. His trial will be next Monday in Detroit. Meanwhile, the couple is also suing the city of Detroit over their arrests. 11 investigates sex offenders changing their names. Pennsylvania has some strict laws about this, but other states do not. 11 investigates. Aaron Martin learned all it takes is a check and a judge's signature.
Mike Plush wanted a fresh start, a new beginning, so he changed his name to Mike Stanley. The problem is he pleaded guilty to 4 counts of indecent assault and battery on a child under the age of 14. It is on the sex offender registry in Massachusetts.
It's sort of a life sentence. I'm an MIT grad, and I can't even do minimum wage maintenance work.
Despite being classified as a Tier 3 sex offender, the most likely to reoffend, Stanley had no problem legally changing his name. All it took was $150 and the approval of a judge. While few limitations exist in states like Massachusetts, it's a different story in Pennsylvania, which has some of the strictest laws in the country. 11 investigates found any felon convicted of a violent or sex-related crime like rape, involuntary deviant sexual intercourse, statutory sexual assault, or aggravated indecent assault cannot legally change their name in Pennsylvania. Defense attorney Phil De La Sente tells 11 investigates he's argued in court for clients to get their names changed, but says he's never done it for any sex-related crimes, in part because it's such a difficult case to make.
But if you're trying to usurp the system because of a conviction of a very violent offense or a sex crime offense, it's not going to happen in the state of Pennsylvania.
While victims advocates see Pennsylvania's tough laws as a plus, they don't prevent anyone changing their name in a different state and then coming here.
I don't think it's fair that they get to, change their name and, lose the trappings of who they were.
Allison Hall with Pittsburgh Action Against Rape says the sex offender registry exists to protect victims, and she's concerned about anyone trying to get around the system.
They're on the list, and people are watching. So when you have people coming in from potentially other states or changing their names who are under the radar screen, I would think it would make people very nervous.
Stanley says he didn't change his name to avoid the registry, but to avoid Google searches. His goal is to run his business peacefully, not to avoid the consequences of his crime.
You can't change what happened. What happened, I am so sorry for what had happened, and I hope, but I'm making the best of a second chance. That's the only thing you can do.
Aaron Martin reporting. In Stanley's case and in Pennsylvania, a sex offender's known aliases are also listed, including any names that were legally changed. We're getting new information about an attempted abduction at Hershey Park. A woman watching over a group of children reported a young woman talked to a boy at the top of one of the water slides, and then they say the woman approached the boy again at the bottom of the slide. New at noon, investigators say it was most likely a misunderstanding and not alluring.
Abduction is a very strong, glamorous word. It can be sensationalized to some respect. I think there's some inappropriate maybe contact or comments with a child, but as far as any attempt to take that child and move him to another location, I don't know that we're seeing that.
Officials for the park say they are reviewing employee safety training. Channel 11 News hearing from the father of the boy who got pinned down by a Pittsburgh firefighter at Greenfield Park. That firefighter is now charged with assault. The father says he is speaking out to make sure he gets justice for his son. We first showed you the video 2 weeks ago. It shows Pittsburgh firefighter Thomas DeAndrea holding down a teenager on playground equipment. DeAndrea claims the teen was vandalizing an abandoned truck and hit him first.
No. By Todd's description, the man swung on him after aggressing him and telling him he should run, you know what I mean, and then following from the truck all the way back to the playground.
Told you to leave her.
The family has an attorney but says it is too early to say if they will file a lawsuit. DeAndrea, meanwhile, is on administrative leave. 3 people are recovering after a hazmat situation in Mount Lebanon. County Hazmat was on Marlin Drive between Bower Hill and Jason for a chemical odor yesterday. We're told they did find a sulfur dioxide leak in a house after a contractor had removed an old refrigerator. That leak has since been contained. Well, another very warm and muggy day, but hey, at least it's rain-free. Let's head back over to Severe Weather Team 11 meteorologist Scott Harby. Can't get everything you want.
No, but boy, rain-free around here over the course of the last week and a half. That's a rarity. We'll take that anytime we can. Temperatures pushing that 80-degree mark across much of the area right now, including 80 degrees in Pittsburgh. It's 81 in Washington, 79 in Greensburg. I want to shade back to the southwest. More heat is on the way, so not just today, but tomorrow and into Thursday as well. High temperatures will be ranging from the mid-80s to near 90 degrees. So want to get the dogs walked this afternoon. Great weather. It will be warm, so make sure the pups have plenty of water, especially after they walk. Keep in mind they've got the fur coat on. We don't. 87 for the high temperature today. Couple cooling showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. I'm going to pinpoint hour by hour the best chances of seeing rain during the day tomorrow as I update Storm Tracker. I'll have that for you coming up this half hour.
A man who threatened to chain himself to the White House has postponed his protest. Channel 11 told you Phil Vecchio was going to Washington, D.C. to try to get federal help for the Penn Hill School District. According to the Triv, Vecchio is postponing his protest after federal education investigators agreed to meet with him and his mother next week in Pittsburgh. Vecchio is the son of the Penn Hill School Board president, Aaron Vecchio. A new warning about a popular phone call scheme. Federal investigators say criminals claim to be calling from IRS or Social Security demanding money, and the con has now hit record levels. NBC's Tom Costello takes you through the telltale signs to look out for.
The scam often starts with a robocall.
We have received suspicious trails of information in your name.
When Julianne Stafford Googled the number, it came back as Social Security, so she called. And the person on the other end already knew her Social Security number and address, then said fraudulent bank accounts have been opened in her name.
You're so scared in that moment that they're saying you're going to go to federal prison, that you're like, oh my God, no. How do I stop this from happening? I will tell you everything.
The scammer said she should act quickly to safeguard her money, transfer it into a digital wallet using Google Play gift cards. And he stayed on the phone as she drove to a nearby store, where thankfully an alert manager recognized she was in trouble.
He said, you are being scammed. I cannot sell this to you in good conscience.
The Federal Trade Commission says the scams are exploding. 200,000 complaints of government imposter calls so far this year. Most people hang up and never report the scam, but those who are scammed lose nearly $1,000 on average. The scammers are very convincing, scaring everyday Americans into thinking they'll be arrested if they don't pay up immediately.
If you get one of these phone calls, the #1 advice is hang up. The government does not call you to threaten you. The government does not demand payment from you by gift cards or anything like that.
I was going to lose the contents of my bank account if it weren't for that manager.
Now, Julianne is paying it forward, warning others to beware of the government imposters. If you get a call, report it at ftc.gov. Tom Costello, NBC News, Washington.
Sheets is getting into the Bitcoin business, what you can and cannot do with the cryptocurrency at one North Hills location. And we warned you about a parasite resistant to chlorine, how that bug is now causing pool problems in a major metro area.
Andy Williams Show every weekday at 11, right here on Channel 11.
New details now on a pool parasite we warned you about last week. Crypto is spreading in Marion County, Indiana, a county that includes Indianapolis. Health officials have now confirmed there were 18 cases in May. There were only 30 cases in all of 2018. Crypto causes diarrhea. It's easily transmitted through water like swimming pools, and the parasite is resistant to chlorine. Just last week, we told you 7,500 people got sick from crypto outbreaks between 2009 and 2017, and the number of cases increased about 13% every year. And swimming pools and water parks, they make up more than a third of those cases. Gilpin Township has delayed a vote on ATVs, according to, or under a proposal anyway. Riders would be allowed to drive on some township roads. The vote has been pushed back to next month. Meantime, state police want to keep ATVs off the roads to cut down on crashes. So far this year, they've been called to 73 ATV crashes and 5 were deadly. 20 people were charged with DUI. Sometimes you just don't want to go to the store, and Amazon has led the way in shipping your purchases fast. But new at noon, the steps 2 big retailers are taking to undercut Amazon.
Very warm day today and a muggy day. I'm tracking when that heat and humidity will help to spark some showers and thunderstorms.
You're streaming WPXI now, your source for original local shows. Spice up your taste buds to your green thumb with tips for your kitchen to yard. Watch Garden Style, Saturday and Sunday at 3:30 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. on WPXI. Traffic, updated every 10 minutes on Channel 11 Morning News.
Channel 11 News and NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
We're a team you can count on to cover stories that impact your life, whether it's across the street or around the world.
Channel 11 News at 6.
And NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
Sheetz has installed new Bitcoin ATMs at 6 of its stores. The store on Babcock Boulevard in Ross Township is part of the pilot program. Customers can buy and sell Bitcoin through the kiosk, but will have to stick with cash and credit to buy anything at the store. Amazon was the first to offer quicker delivery for customers. Now other stores are getting into the game. Our Clark Howard shows you how they're taking on Prime.
If having to go through a retail store with a shopping cart is your idea of no fun at all, how about having stuff come to you same day, even as quick as an hour? Well, you think about Amazon, right, with Prime and $119 a year. But now Walmart and Target each have their new programs. With Target, $99 a year gets you same-day delivery of a ton of different items in the store. Not everything that Target has at Target.com, but a huge amount of their merchandise all in the same day. Walmart, for $98 a year in most of the country, now is offering same-day delivery of groceries. You pay the annual subscription fee, you pay nothing for deliveries with either Target or Walmart. So Amazon has moved to one-day delivery. Walmart and Target are saying, one day, why that? How about same day? I'm Clark Howard.
And you can see more from Clark Howard on our streaming app just by searching for WPXI on Roku, Amazon Fire, or Apple TV. A judge strikes down a new rule that would have forced drug makers to include the price of medications on their commercials. The Department of Health and Human Services announced the rule in May. It would have required drug makers to include their list prices in TV ads starting today. Several drug companies pushed back, saying prices on ads could be misleading, and the government couldn't make that call. We told you about the huge need for blood in our area, so we are teaming up with Vitalant to hold a blood drive this weekend. If blood donations continue to decline, it could cause a health crisis, and then hospitals would have to postpone or even cancel certain surgeries. The blood drive is this Saturday, July 13th, and you can sign up on the 11 Cares section of WPXI.com.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Nice little hole of sunshine right over top of us. We haven't had that very often recently. Clouds to the south and a few clouds off to the north and to the east, but most of our area mostly sunny and warm too. 81 already in Catania right now. Mercer at 84 degrees. It's 80 in Pittsburgh. Move down towards Waynesburg, 82. Morgantown also at 82 degrees. Need to get the car washed this afternoon because of all the rain and over the course of the last week. Great afternoon to do it. Just some clouds from time to time, but sunshine will be abundant. Keep in mind, very warm today. Muggy today, too, so make sure if you're outside for any length of time, you're drinking plenty of water. Plus, have the sunscreen. UV index today at 9. It's in the very high range. That means sunburn can start in as little as 15 minutes, so SPF 30 or higher today, please. 68 overnight tonight in Pittsburgh, 66 in Butler. Uniontown 69. When the overnight lows only drop into the mid-60s, it's a sign the air is kind of heavy. It's kind of muggy. It's not really great sleeping weather, and it's a bit uncomfortable. Tomorrow, upper 80s for most. I think downtown Pittsburgh will touch off at 90 degrees tomorrow, and there could be a couple of cooling showers or thunderstorms during the day tomorrow, but not many. 8:30 tomorrow morning on Storm Tracker. A few clouds south along the I-70 corridor. Notice the showers trying to pop. Coverage is going to be limited tomorrow. So if you do get some rain, notice it's not going to last very long. Could get a clap of thunder that could drop some heavy rain, but for the most part, just going to be scattered showers, maybe a quick clap of thunder during the afternoon into the evening. Then it'll quiet down for a bit. I do think another wave rolls in very late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning. So make sure the next couple of mornings you're with us on Channel 11 Morning News from 4:30 to 7 a.m. We'll help get you prepared, get you out the door, let you know where that rain is going to play a factor. Thunderstorms certainly possible all over the area tomorrow, but again, they will be limited, not looking at widespread rain during the day tomorrow. 5-day forecast through weekend, always in view. 90 tomorrow, only down to 70 tomorrow night. Showers and thunderstorms a little more widespread on Thursday. Keep in mind, isolated means a couple of spots could pick up a thunderstorm. Most areas won't. Scattered means hit and miss variety throughout the area during the course of the day. Thursday's high temperature 85. Friday, a little cooler. Still a stray storm. We'll make it to 80 degrees. Then we're going to start the weekend with relatively low humidity. Plenty of sunshine Saturday. High temperature 83. A couple thunderstorms possible Sunday, and then turning a little more humid Sunday as well as the high temperature makes it back up to 85 degrees. Peggy?
Thank you. Pirates' Josh Bell gearing up for his all-star start tonight. He's coming off a home run derby defeat, but he didn't do too bad. What the Pirates star is saying about his skills.
News 11 at 11. 11 minutes of news and weather before the first commercial.
Pirate Josh Bell went into the Home Run Derby as a favorite in Vegas. He went out in the first round last night. His first round opponent, Ronald Acuna Jr., hit 25 home runs. Bell got off to a slow start, just getting a handful of home runs before using his timeout. Despite getting the 30-second bonus, Bell hit 18 home runs and was eliminated.
It was awesome, exhausting, but, glad I did it. Stinks not winning, but definitely, hope to have put on a cool show for the guys back home.
Well, no Pirate has ever made it out of the first round of the Home Run Derby. Now it's on to the All-Star game. Josh Bell will start in tonight as the designated hitter, batting 6th in the lineup. We wish him well. That's all for Channel 11 News at noon. Our next newscast comes up tonight at 5 o'clock.